Hey guys! As I'm sure you're well aware, Module 20 of Neverwinter has brought us a set of new adventures that take us into a magical realm of Sharandar. As exciting and gorgeous as this new content is, I would like to dedicate this video to the memory of the original Sharandar and the legacy that it once was. So, without further ado, I present Remembering Sharandar, Fury of the Feywild. On August 22nd, 2013, Neverwinter introduced its very first module, Fury of the Feywild. This was a gorgeous new expansion with awe-inspiring scenery and a wide array of new magical creatures. With this new campaign came the Malabog's Castle Dungeon and the Master of the Hunt skirmish. We also were introduced to the Drow, Moon Elf, and Sun Elf races along with a new boon system. This was a brilliant kickoff to one of Neverwinter's first expansions of content. Now the Feywild is a magical world joined to ours through portals. All creatures of the Fey, from elves and gnomes to Fomorians and Firebogs, were created in this world. However, not all was well in this magical land. Valindra's Shadowmantle had made a deal with the Fomorian king Malbog in the Feywild. In exchange for destroying New Sharandar, Valindra offered him a blue orb of dragonkind to give him control over a blue dragon named Fulminorix. With the aid of his new dragon ally, Malabog's Dark Fey army quickly overran much of New Sharandar. In our quest to rescue the realm of Sharandar, we find ourselves traveling through magical portals from grove to grove. We collected vibrant seedlings from the Blighted Grove to help regrow the forests. Abjuring charms were recovered from the Dark Fey Enclave to help ward off Malabog's foul magic. And the Elubruin blades were recaptured in the realm of Malabog to help arm the guardians of Sharandar protecting the land. Our mission did not end in the war-laden groves, however. Buried in the greenery of the realm of Malabog, we found ourselves traveling to the Tower of Saladin. Now, once upon a time, Saladin was a mighty warrior of unequaled skill who had a great mind for military strategy. Saladin took great effort to turn away the glooming court as they threatened his home and fellow elves. In fact, he was nearly entirely responsible for the removal of the Dark Fae from within the lands claimed by the elves. In act of revenge, the Fomorian witches used corrupt magic to assail Saladin's mind, convincing him that his fellow elves had abandoned him to fight off their enemies alone. This form of psychic sabotage left Saladin feeling unappreciated and wholly alone, even amongst his own kin. Over time, his entire outlook on the elven way of life became warped, and he saw no beauty in the natural world, and began to believe what he had known to be lies as genuine truth. On one particularly horrible night, Saladin murdered the gatekeepers and accepted the Dark Fae replacements that were sent forth by the Glooming Court. The ghosts of the elven sentinels languished in the tower, tormented by the dark creatures that took their place. Saladin then swore fealty to King Malabog and served as his Black Knight during the Fomorians' rise to power. In our quest to save the groves of Sharandar, we ascend Saladin's Tower of Refuge and raise our swords against this fallen warrior, and lay his soul to rest. The adventure doesn't stop there, however. As we venture out of Sharandar into the untamed lands of the ancient forest beyond, we run across the Master of the Hunt. This wild, mysterious warrior and his pack of hounds prey upon the weak who wander into their path. Not much is known about the identity of the Master. Some whisper he was a warrior from old Sharandar gone wild. Others claim it to be the Earl King or even Malabog himself. Regardless of his true identity, we find ourselves testing our skills against the Master to see if we are worthy to pass. Now beware, those who are weak will be overtaken by the Master and his hounds to meet an untimely demise. At last, we find ourselves on the doorstep of Malabog's castle. After blowing up siege towers and running through twisted mazes of stone, we find ourselves face to face with Malabog himself. After a mighty battle and Malabog slain, we find our quest is not yet over. We venture further into the castle and face off against the ferocious lightning dragon Fulminorix with Valindra overseeing the battle. Through lightning storms and magical attacks, we rise to the challenge, slaying the dragon and freeing Sharandar at last from the cruel shadow of Valindra. With Sharandar now freed, we spend the rest of our days fighting off the remnants of Malabog's army in the groves, helping the elves restore their land to its true glory. I hope you guys enjoyed this delve into Sharandar lore and maybe learned a thing or two. I had never delved into the storyline much before, and this project gave me a whole new appreciation for Sharandar. I'd like to end this video with a brief montage, or a tribute if you will, to this wonderful world and the memories it left us.